Hi, my name is Anton Suarez, and this is part 2 of Guerrilla Helpdesk. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some best practices for Google Classroom and using Google services for remote learning, just some best practices you could do to have the easiest experience as a teacher, as a student, and especially as a parent. So the first question that I get a lot of times is that when you go from your school email, say that you're opening a classroom or you're redirected, you'll be redirected back to the Google Classroom and it'll say you have no permission or class not found. And this a lot of times has to do with having multiple Gmails signed in. And when you have multiple Gmails signed in, there's sometimes a problem where it'll log you out of one and switch you back to your default. And this trick here kind of lets you have separate Google Chrome instances for your different Gmails. So in the top right corner of Google, past your Chrome extension, this will be your letter of your first name. There might not be a letter here at all. There might be a little icon of a person. What you'll do is you'll click that, and you want to do is add a person. So for me, I have my main account, and then I have my work account. For me, I'm going to add a person. And when you add a person, it will create a separate Google Chrome for that person. So if I had logged into my main account, it looks a lot different than my work account. The benefit to adding a user to Google Chrome, you'll have this separate instance for Google Chrome, and it really makes life a lot easier, especially if you're syncing bookmarks and all that stuff. You can have separate stuff for your child, or as a teacher especially, if you wanted to have one Google Chrome for your personal Gmail and then another Google Chrome for your work Gmail. This helps a lot to kind of separate the two, and then you're not always switching back and forth when a document says, oh, you don't have permission, because you're logged into multiple ones, and one's set to default and one's not. So the second most requested issue that we see for teachers is, how do I create assignments in the best possible way and the most efficient way? And what we've come up with is called the teacher's desk. It's essentially a staging area. It's your own personal Google Classroom that allows you to not have to create all these assignments with the fear that you're going to accidentally publish them and then students will be confused, that kind of stuff. Where you can create an assignment, and we'll go do that right now. I have some test assignments already created, and they're for the English classes that I have in my stream. So I have these other 2 English periods. So what you first want to do is create a fresh assignment. We'll call this document First Assignment. So once you name your assignment and say you're going to attach a document, the document will open up. You'll just have to go back, exit that out. What's lacking in Google Classroom right now is you can assign this to multiple classrooms, but you cannot schedule them. They're not scheduled, which is a problem. So this would have to be assigned immediately, which is a problem if you wanted it to appear in their stream the next day. So the solution for this is to just have it in the teacher's desk. You're not assigning it to any classes here. This is just going into the teacher's desk. This is assigned now, but it's not due, and it is not seen by anybody else except you. Now we have the ability to go to the period you'd like the assignment sent to. You'll go to classwork, we'll go to create, but now we'll go to reuse post. And when we go to reuse post, and now we'll be able to select where we're going to pull the assignment from, and we're going to pull the assignment from teacher's desk. We'll select our first assignment, and here's an important option you should check, which is create new copies of all attachments. You'd probably want to do this just to make sure that your documents are separate. If you're just attaching instructions, you will not have to do this option, but it's better to do this option just to make sure you have a separate copy of the document for each class, if you'd like that. And now that we've pulled the assignment from our staging area, we can make the changes, so we can customize this for period 1. So I can say this is first assignment period 1, and now we can schedule it. And now we can do the same process for the next period. We'll go to English period 3, we'll go to classwork, we can go to reuse post, and we can select the post from the teacher's desk. And now we can customize it for period 3 and schedule it just as the way we want it to. So with this process, the benefit is that you don't have to go into each individual Google Classroom and create the assignment. You are going to your teacher's desk, you're creating the one master assignment, and then you're propagating it to each of your classrooms by using the repost button, or you're propagating it to each of your classrooms using the reuse post button. And this helps a lot for continuity. You're having that one assignment, and then you're able to have it distributed to all your classes without having the fear of either assigning it accidentally or having to assign it earlier than you'd like to. And this just allows you to schedule things more efficiently. And the third most important thing that we hear from parents is, how do I see what my child needs to do in Google Classroom? The stream usually gets very cluttered very quickly. You see assignments pile up, and sometimes even in the upcoming section, this doesn't really help to show you what is due or what's not due. Now, this trick actually comes from my 9-year-old brother. He found this out, and this was news to me. If you go to the 3 lines in the top left corner, you go to Do, you will see everything that you have to do in a single day or the next day. It'll show you everything from all your classes. But the most important thing, and the thing you might not notice immediately, is that you can sort by classes with this drop-down. In this example, my student account only is assigned to one class, which is the teacher's desk from previously. But if we click it, it'll sort only by this classroom. So for you, you'll most likely see all your classes here, and then you can sort by exactly what is in each class that's due for that day or the next day, that kind of thing. And also in this window, you can see your done category, so everything that you've finished in each of these classes. And this is also applicable for the teacher side of it. So we just jump back to the teacher's account, we'll go to Do, and then we can see what we've assigned and how many students have turned in. So it kind of goes in both ways. As a teacher, you can see what you've assigned and how many people have turned it in. And then from the student perspective, or for the parent, you can see what your child still needs to turn in and when and where it's due. So that's it for this video on the 3 most requested tips that we've heard in this new time of remote learning. I hope these tips have helped you in your Google Classroom experience. If you have any questions or need any help, please leave it in the comments section below. As always, my name's Anton Soares. Please rate, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.